So Calvin, you are a retention master. You are the guy that Skool Games winners talk about behind closed doors and don't want anyone else to know about. When you started on Skool, you had a churn rate of 50%. Now you're down to 1%. Let's just blow the doors off this whole thing. Let's share all the sauce that we've got to help as many people as possible reduce their churn.
I didn't know that a churn rate of 2% is great. I didn't know this. And then when I saw this in America, everybody's very hard in marketing. I'm more there in leadership. I'm like, oh, it's good. And both sides are great and can learn from each other. And I think that the Germans are more the construction thing, you know, working inside, that everything is perfect. And what I did from the beginning was when I get a new member, I'm very focused in that the member will stay and not to bring more members. So I started with 50% churn. I took a look and half of the people did go. And after a while, I was thinking, how can I make them stay? What do I have to do? And it's like a real-time friendship. If you tweak a few things, and if you go more into this deepness, and then it works. So I can learn from you guys how to do the marketing, and maybe some of you guys can learn how to bring the people or that they stay in your community. Yeah.
This is so interesting. Okay, so I'm going to over exaggerate and stereotype just to prove some points. Okay, I feel like if you go with the American market, the marketing is insane. Like you watch like the VSLs for a community and it's exactly. Like, oh my Hollywood movie. It's like crazy. Yeah. You're like, this is going to be the sickest thing ever. And then you get inside and it's kind of like womp, womp, womp. Whereas a German school community, it's like, you're like looking at the about page. Is this any good? Like, I don't know. Like it's kind of, it seems kind of ordinary. You go inside and it's like, yeah, wow. It's like a well-oiled machine. It's like a Mercedes engine. When you get in there, you're just like everywhere you look is just over-engineered beauty. And then the other thing that I think is really interesting, you use that word friends. Mm-hmm. And all of the people on the platform that are crushing it with retention, they use that word friends. They use words like, how do we get people to be friends with each other? Yeah. How do we get people to fall in love with each other? And this is interesting because if we take that friendship model, if we lose a friend, we want to tweak and figure out what went wrong. We don't say, no problem, I'll just run 60 more ads and get 100 more friends.
Exactly. And nobody likes to lose friends. But if some people are leaving, okay, let's bring some new in. But if you have a friendship, I tell all my students all the time, the people join your community because of the product, but they stay because of the friendship. So the marketing is many times the product. Okay, I will take a look inside. I mean, my rational thinking will say, I spend this, I will get a good product, some tutorials, whatever. So I take a look inside and then suddenly the energy, and you can leave a product, but you don't like to leave a community, friends. That's why you stay. So the goal is, especially in the paid community, to create this friendship that the people like to stay, they don't like to leave.
So how have you gone about doing that?
All right, I have many strategies.
Let's go.
I think we can start what I saw, what many international communities don't do is the hard, I mean, in your perspective, the hard moderation, or you call it moderation, right? The
yep,
community leadership. So I delete a lot of posts. And one thing is, I call it me or I postings. In every of my community, I delete every I or me post. I try to explain now. When somebody do a post like, hey guys, I create a new community. I like to get new members. This is my plan. Can you help me out? That's a I or me post, because in the post are a lot of me, I, whatever. First of all looks great. But in this case, I mean, normally other people like to help. But if they like to help now, they cannot share their own full experience. They have to transform it in a way that it works for the guy who asked. And that makes it hard to write, because when 10 people think about it, they will not manage it in their head to answer, and only 2 people can write. But when you turn the question into, guys, what do you do to get more members? Then it's easy for everybody to answer, because all they have to do is go into their past, how I did it, write it down. And that brings more engagement than if they have to transform it in their situation. I do not know this guy. What is your situation? It makes so hard to help. And that's why I'm deleting all the I and me posts. And when I delete it, I copy the text, I send it to them, and I say, this was an I or me post. Check out this link where I explain it, why I deleted. And then they can, what I try to explain now, I wrote it down in one post and they can see it. That's the first kind of post, what I delete. And
this is crazy. Okay. So one of my favorite ideas is that all advice is a form of nostalgia. Nostalgia meaning the pain from the past. And so whenever, like you said, you can get someone to refer back to their own pain, they then can bring that into the present in the community. And the other really interesting thing that I just want to say on this is that the me and the I post is taking from the community and the other one is giving to the community. And that's massive. Keep going.
I mean, when I ask you, how can you help me to make my podcast better? Then you have to think, okay, what do you do? Where are you? And that's not a community thing. So it's better when I ask you, what are your top tips to make your podcast better? And when 100 people answering, you can pick out what is good for you. So this is the first kind of post, what I delete. People are confused when I do this. Why? But I have a post where I explain everything. And then they said, wow, this is great, because in a long term, that makes it more into a community and not like a social media post. I, me, myself.
Right. And the fact that you have a standard, the fact that it's written down makes it feel less personal. It's not like you're personally, vindictively going out of your way to, discriminate against this person. It's like, sorry, bro, this is the rules. Here you go. Do you know what I mean?
And I have it also in my onboarding. When I do the onboarding, I have a checklist. Everybody can get a checklist. And one point is, do not post in I, me. Always ask the other people that they can answer in their full potential and not in their limited potential because of your situation.
Bro, I knew this interview was going to be good. I feel like you could pause the interview here and just implement. So let's hit another one. This is awesome.
But you have to be careful, because many people are confused when they hear that. They do not understand it immediately, so take care with it. The next thing is expert posts. I mean, when you are in a paid community, in a kind of inner circle, I allow when other people like to give advices. But in a free community, I mean, it's good when somebody do a post like, I give you 10 tips how you increase your community. So in the school games, in the school community, we need this kind of posts. But in many other communities, there's one problem. When somebody do a post like, I give you 10 tips how you can lose weight. That's a good post for everybody. But the engagement can only be like, yes, true, right, good.
Fire emoji. Whoa, that was awesome.
Right. So it's all is good. It's a good intense, but the engagement is not there. A better post is, that's what I teach. Start a post. What are your tips to losing weight? And now wait a little bit. And after an hour or two, your answer is in the comments. You can bring the post up. So don't answer your own question in the post. Otherwise, all the people will say, oh, everything is said. I don't have to post anymore. Wait, post it. If the post is not running, do the first comment, to show what kind of answer you said, or bring the post back up after a while. So the answer is not in the post, the answer is in the comment.
Wow.
So I like to have only questions, only like a pass that other people can score the goal. And don't try to score the goal by yourself. Don't answer your own question.
Right.
Everything makes sense. My English,
I'll admit, it's perfect. It's
sweating,
perfect.
Matthew. I'm sweating.
Bro, I'm sweating too. This is intense.
My brain is 150% because
but I love it because I'm starting to understand how your brain works. Engagement. You don't want a valuable post that has 3 comments. You want a different post that has 100 comments. So, and all this leads back to retention. All this leads back to churn. The more people are engaged with each other, with their friends, with their community, the less likely they are to go. It's not the guru model. It's the community model. It's good. Let's go.
And another thing is what I think, and I think that is also in the mind of Simons, or when he created everything. I mean, if I can choose in a community what I like to have, I like to have a post with 100 okay comments, not the best answers, but everybody's sharing information, the energy is great, everybody helping each other out. The tips are not perfect, but it's a good feeling, it's energy. Instead of one post with an expert comment with the top tips, but nobody will use the tips because an expert tip. So a school community is not a video course. Mm-hmm. So when I like to have top tips, I can watch video tutorials. The main thing is sharing informations, getting in touch, meeting each other and all that stuff. So don't worry. You can share your experience, even it's not perfect. Who cares? When you're hanging out with friends, does every friend always talking great stuff? No way.
I mean, I hung out with Daniel Bissonati recently, and he just exclusively talks in YouTube shorts. Like every single thing, he like opens his mouth and it's like, there's the hook, and it's like, there's the retention, boom, and there's the payoff. You're like, what the? Well, with the exception of Daniel, yes, I 100% agree with you. But what's cool about that as well is, most communities, the size of the community, the number of members, means that there's not going to be a new post every 5 minutes. So if there's a post every, say, 2 hours or 1 hour or whatever, but it has lots and lots and lots of comments, it still makes the place feel very, very, very alive versus, like you said, a post every 3 hours that has like one comment, and it's the group owner, and they commented on their own thing, and it's just like crickets. It's like, oof, the guru thing is just so out of fashion. Another
thing, what I did just before we started the post here, it's a quick tip. It's not the big thing, but it makes a lot of fun. What you can do is, school do not have a live chat, but I saw that many people are, not me, but many people are interested in a kind of a live chat. So, and I thought it was also topping on the last mastermind a little bit about this live chat thing. And what I like to do sometimes, I don't know if you can see it here.
Yeah.
I did a post, and the name of the post is Small Talk, Live Chat. And I can pin this post. I did it 57 minutes ago. And right here are all the topics what have nothing to do with the topic of your community. And the people are writing in my crazy stuff, but it's an energy, They're sharing, they're caring, and it have nothing to do with school, nothing to do with anything else. And I checked it, and you can rank up in the discovery with this kind of post, many ranks, because in a short time of period, everybody back and forth. It's a live chat, 100 comments. And after a while, I stop it. I said, okay, maybe next week again. But this is very good for the energy. And with one live chat, some people meet each other so strong in one live chat than maybe in 1 month without the live chat in the community. So you can bring everything together in one day just with one live chat. Yeah.
Yeah, because it accelerates the interactions that people have with each other. So instead of just like we joked earlier, it's like the thumb up emoji in response to like a value post. It's like ba 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 ba. All of a sudden, you can have like 20 back and forward conversations with people, and it's interesting. It's true, Skool doesn't have a live chat feature, but I find myself sometimes whenever I post podcast episodes out inside Skool community, there will be people who will watch the episode and talk in the comments while they're watching it. So it's almost like a little watch party. And Skool makes it fast because you can see when somebody's typing. And it reminds me, like, whenever I was like, 15, 14 years old, like the MSN chat, where it's just like, it's back and forward and you see what's happening. Some message there. So the platform is really set up to facilitate those types of fast conversations, and it's all out in the open so everyone can see it. And there's something quite nice about that as well.
I think a good goal for a good community is when people know each other better. When people say, you are the guy who loves the cheesecake, right? You are the guy who loves hiking. You are the guy with the supercar, When you have a community like this, then it's a bound. And then they don't like to leave. But when you ask yourself all the time, who is this guy? Who? Then it's not a community. So this is the goal. And with this small chat, pin post thing, or the live calls, then people know each other much better after a while. Yeah.
Very cool. So talk to me about your leaderboard levels.
I knew.
Yeah, you're like a mad German scientist. I just know that you've been like, try this, try that. What about this?
Yeah.
What about this? Level 7, no, level 8, da da da. So give us a little bit of sauce on your leaderboard levels.
I sent Sam Owens in personal and private video, and he answered he have to watch it 4 times because he took so much notes. And I write him back, said, "Are you sure? Was it my English? Did you understand?" No, it was not. The tips are great, so I have to watch it 4 times. So I can explain you what I told him and what I told Max Pearson and some other guys. We have to make a difference between a free community and a paid community. So in a free community, I think the first 3 levels are the most important levels, because to make them start writing, etc. My special thing is the paid community. That's what I'm focused on. And in a paid community, the most important levels, and it's genius, the system between the distances between the levels. It's so genius. First of all, I didn't understand it. My first question was, can I change it? Wow. Yeah. No. It's genius. So the most important levels are level 3, level 5, and level 7. I explain why. Level 3 is to start the routine, to bring people into a routine. So if you have a very good present thing on level 3, I host there my recordings of the live call, only the latest one. So if you can't make it, you have to get on level, because you like to have the live calls. So make it live or make it to level 3. And when you start doing, when you make it to level 3, you have the first success. And level 3 is easy. You can make it with a few comments, with a few posts. And now the next big thing is on level 5. Because when you're already on 3, you think, oh, only 2 levels to 5.
That's what you think?
Yeah. You think, I made 3 levels in 2 days, so it's not far away to level 5, okay? And on level 5, there must be the next big thing. And what I recommend is the recording of monthly workshops. So every paid community need something what is different every month. The worst thing is a routine in a paid community, because when people have their routine, they are, no, I don't like to stay anymore. Every new month, there must be a highlight. And what I recommend is an online event, an exclusive online event every month to a topic that people say, the next month I stay here. So, And when you have level 5, you will get the recordings of this exclusive monthly event. And level 5 is when people are on level 5, and I hear that on your mastermind, they're not thinking about to cancel. I mean, they are so deeply inside of the community and they don't cancel when you have the free membership on level 7.
Hey, there it is.
I know many of you guys think, no, level 7 is too early. Make it on level 8. I know Max Pearson did it on level 8. You have a big community, but I recommend level 7 because you like to have that people can reach it fast. Because then they write about it. You can mention it. It's possible to reach it. And level 8, for me, it took too long.
Yeah.
And level 7 is I started with level 6. It was a mistake because some people had it in 3 weeks. It was too early. Level 7, you need a couple of months. But some people can make it in 1 month, but when they can make it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
And now the calculation, I'm not good in calculation, but I'm sure that not more than 2% will make it to level 7. Let's say 3%. After a year, maybe 5%. But with this strategy, I'm 100% sure that more than 10% will stay longer in your community. So it's simple math.
For sure.
I run a community now for a year and only 2% have made it to level 7. But I'm sure more than 10, 20, 30% stay longer in the community. So I think it's a good math to bring the free membership on level 7. Yeah, you will lose money. See it as invest like in PPC or ad spend.
Yes.
That's a better ad spend.
Calvin, right. So this is crazy. Last Vegas mastermind, we're in the mansion with all the winners. I was talking to an unnamed Skool Games winner. Their churn is 40%. And I was trying to compel them that the level, that your idea, and I quoted you and I give you credit because I think you're the guy who's come up with this and it was so genius. I said, they're like, oh, you know, but it's going to be whatever it was, $50, $150, $200 per month that I'm going to be losing. And I was like,
this dude's spending, how much is this?
How much money do you spend on ads? And they were like, yeah, it's like 20,000 a month. I was like, what?
I mean, they spend 10 grand a month. And then if every month, maybe $400 are because the strongest fans
100%
the community.
Yes, and I said if you could spend $500 per month to reduce your churn by 1%, you would make like 20x your money.
And you know what, Matt? You guys talked about it. The affiliate thing will come. This year, maybe next year, who knows?
This year, yeah.
This year. When this will happen, that we will get the affiliate system, we need the level 7 people. So we don't need the level 1, level 2, level 3 guys. We need the level 5, 6, or 7 guys. So everybody who can master his retention will have a strong army of affiliates by this, because many people are on level 6 or level 7. My recommend is less than 30% on level 1 or 2. That's a goal for a paid community. Less than 30% on level 1 or 2. When you have more than 30% in a paid community on level 1 or 2, you have to do something. Yeah.
Man, that is so much sauce there. I want to go back to one thing just to clarify. Level 3, you say that unlocks the recordings of the calls.
Yes.
And you said that you only ever have the last recording, the latest recording. And this is because?
Because when we let everything in, it's kind of a kajabi. It's kind of a membership thing. You know, it turns into this. It's hard to explain. how do you call it? Konditionieren. When you condition your audience. Wait, let me.
Yeah. Train them, program them.
Program them. Yeah. And with this recording shit, you program your members to, I can wait. I watch the recording. And that's the old world. That's the video tutorials world. What does not work anymore. So you don't like to program, sorry for the word, my English is not so good, but you don't like to program your guys to watch tutorials, to sip to very high value content. So I recommend 1 or 2, not more than 2 live calls each week. There must be also a split to wait to the next live call. Great. Because many people do many live calls. And that's another thing. You like to attend 5 live calls. You only can attend 2. So you program your students to, you miss, you're not successful, you're not in the community, you feel bad.
You're paying $200 a month and you're not getting access to half of it.
Right. So only the last 2 calls or 3 calls, and then you can make a post, watch the old calls, we delete it, something like this. Yeah, that's what I recommend. Because don't make your community into a big classroom. A big classroom brings the lowest engagement because they have so much to do. They have so much to watch. So don't blow up your classroom.
It's really interesting. I think this might not sound like it's connected, but in my head it is. I think it's the same reason why Sam has said on the Skool community that he will never allow people to schedule posts.
Perfect.
On Skool.
Perfect.
And you can go. There's a lot of comments in that thread, and a lot of people really, really were arguing that they want it. And he just said something really simple.
They are using social media for 12 years, and now they're even going with the same.
They've been conditioned.
No, it's not about that.
And he said, this is one line, he says, you can't automate community.
Oh! I love it.
And I think in a way that's what you're saying. Community is in the now. It's happening in the moment. It's this. It's not distant, connected. I'm watching 5 years
I have another
later.
strategy for you, Matthew. I have another great strategy. What is not normal. 15 years ago, I was running forums. Is that the right English word? In the early days?
Yeah.
Forums? Yeah. I had 2 with 5,000 people, etc. And there was one big mistake, what kills every engagement. And I teach this. And the point is, you go into the community and then you have a question. But you don't know, maybe there was already a question. So now you have fear to post your question because you have fear that people say, go into the search bar and look if something already there.
And it's the mod in the old school community. It's like, here, this question's already been posted 14 times. Here's the link.
No, bring all the time. You can ask the same. It's okay. I mean, when you're hanging out with friends, you're talking about the same shit every day. And it's okay in different kind of versions. So for me, when somebody have a question, you can bring it again and again and tomorrow again. And that means, and that is very important because many people feel like when I'm not active, I will miss a lot of things in the community. And I always tell them, you can miss a lot of things. It will come back, the topic, again. Don't try to read every post. Don't try to read every comment. Be here, hang around, go through everything, enjoy, and it will come back. And if the answer is not there, make your own post and get the answer again. That's very important in the community.
Whenever you say, I tell them this, I teach them this, I encourage them to do this, I program them to do it this way, when and how do you actually communicate this information to them? Do you onboard your people? How do you encourage them. You don't need to read every single post. You can ask questions again and again. How do they really know this, like deep inside?
Great question. I have a good onboarding process with the PDFs and the video, and I explain a lot. Yes. But most of the time I do it in my live calls. And I read a lot of comments, and my live calls are switching from the topics. 2 weeks ago, I saw that many people are not frustrated, but before they're frustrated, like, because I have the most active community in Germany, it's running like hell. And then I saw that, and then I made a call. The name was for beginner, School for Beginners. It's a mindset call. And right there, I said, it's okay, relax, take your time, don't try to make money fast. So once in a month, I do a special live call where I see how people are thinking, and then I create a live call exactly to this. The recording is online. This is one way. And another way, what I have, and this is a great idea, what I like.
So I just want to pause. I just want to make that point just really super explicit.
Yeah,
you hop on a call with your community.
Yeah.
You listen to what their problems and their needs are. Mm-hmm. You identify a trend, like, oh, there's just one big thing that they're really struggling with right now. And then you do a call about that thing.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect.
To that, what they are talking about. I never think, what can I do next? I always say, what do they need? And not what they wish. Because what they wish is not always good what they need. That's a big difference. When you ask people, what do you like to have? They wish things like that makes not a difference. So
you look in Skool community, all of the product requests are like, can we add a custom color to our school page? Ooh. Can we this? Can we that? Can we? And just all the time, it's like, hold on, let's figure out what actually the big priority is.
Yes. And I have another way, what I don't see very often in other communities. I try to show it. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it.
Windows a little bit. It's a change log post. Change log is kind of a updates.
It's your roadmap almost.
Yeah. It's only I can post. I close the post after I made the post. And here you can see the date, the informations, and the people like it when they saw it. So it's more like we have an update. Hey guys, I heard you. We plan about this. When people are seeing this, they see they are part of the community. They are seeing that my team is seeing them, and we convert it in the new content. Yeah, I saw you guys like to have this. Wait, next month, next week. Yeah, I understand you. So I don't have to do every day a new post by myself. So I have the changelog post for my team. Yeah.
Can I just say, even just like me as an outsider looking at that, do you know what crushed it for me? The fact that you wrote the exact time that you posted. Yeah. I don't know why. Like,
no, it's a reason.
Okay, tell me why.
Because they see, Jesus, this guy at 10 o'clock p.m., 6 a.m. in the morning, they take care of the community. This dude have an idea, and he immediately, and they see the frequency. They are not 2 days what nothing will happen. So they are seeing, wow, there's an evolution in this community. Yes. I can't go out because that's an evolution. I will miss everything when I go out.
And this is particularly powerful if people are in at a grandfather price or a founding member price.
Sure, of course.
They get to buy in at a cheap price, and then they see the evolution. They're like, oh, I've just made an investment. Like, wow, this is crazy. Wow, I really, really like that because, you can see in real time what's happening. You've something to look forward to. And it makes you, like, I'm not in your community. It made me feel like you care.
Yeah, right. But you can join. You understand German, right? I send you an invite.
Dude, someone has to translate all of this gold that you have into the English-speaking school world. Come on.
But another thing is, we also need a little bit dopamine. You know, we are coming from social media, and without dopamine is not so good. And this changelog post is dopamine. You know, you see the clock. I told them, you can make the notification, you can turn every notification off, but not on this post. Turn your notification on. And when they see, oh, in the changelog, there's an update, I'm excited, dopamine. So
that's crazy. Okay, and again, where and when do you tell people something like, oh, this post here, make sure you have notifications turned on?
I do my own posts in the community, of course, every 72 hours that I can send via email. And most of my postings are update or some advices. And right there, I remember all the time, please activate this and that. Wow. And it was also very important. I try to explain, it's very hard. Social media is a vertical thing. In social media, we're doing like this, you know, scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. But that's vertical is dopamine, and horizontal writing, long text is community. And we need both. So the changelog post is dopamine. Oh, new thing, new stuff. Because I can't take everything of the dopamine away when I say, don't go to the mail, go into the community. But the truth community is always horizontal texting and never vertical. Vertical is dopamine, news, surprises. And I like to have that the people start posting horizontal. I mean, long texts, more than one word. But the changelog is always a little bit surprising. Oh, what's next? And yeah, so a little bit.
The other thing that the changelog does is it actually creates a history.
Yes.
And a little bit something like a legacy of the community.
Yeah.
Because it's like your archives. Whoa.
When I scroll back, there are things like, oh, that was the beginning. Take a look. The community now is bigger, better. Take a look at the early days. It's like a daily diary.
Yeah.
And everybody was a part of it, you know? Yeah, yeah.
Very, very cool. Do you do anything at level 8 or level 9? And how do you approach those big levels? Because they're huge.
Well, I don't know. I mean, at level 8, when somebody reach level 8, maybe he's always my best friend already. So what can I give them? Yeah, I mean, when you are level 8, at level 6, you can visit here my office, hang around with me. One day I do one offline mastermind each month. It's for free. Everybody at level 6 can join for free here, offline.
Oh my God.
And then I hang around. And so at level 8, that's
you offer that at level 6?
Yes. Why not?
Wow. That's nuts.
It's only one day in a month with the best people, and they are grinding for it. And when I share information, I learn also a ton of new stuff. I can make some after movie and show it's only one day.
So incredible.
It's only one day of fun.
But this is something that this is kind of the closest thing that I have to a real like soapbox or thesis that I in my bones believe, but I haven't really proven yet. So I'd like to hear your thoughts. I think that one of the things that makes your community exceptional is the fact that it's a restricted geographic location.
What does it mean?
It's just Germany or Austria or Switzerland.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right? Okay, but stay with me for a second, okay?
Yeah.
Same time zone.
Yes.
Same culture, same understanding, but also for you, your ability to market and promote and SEO is very powerful. And I have real world proof of this, okay? I was walking to Ulm, which is a city near where my wife lives. And I went for like a 5-hour walk and my phone died. And so I was in the city and I had no phone and no Apple Pay. And I was like, Matthew, what did you do? So I went into like an O2 store. And I said, hey, can I buy a charger or whatever? And while my phone was charging, I always do this when I'm in a different country, I typed school into the tablet that was on the display. And guess who popped up first in Germany? It was you. It was a YouTube video from you. And all I typed in was school. So I am thinking that a really powerful approach, because there's lots of different countries, there's lots of different states. And if someone decides, hey, I want to teach people to build communities on Skool, I think that actually starting off at least with a very narrow locality allows you to do things like in-person masterminds, in-person meetups, same language, same culture, same inside jokes, blah, 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 blah. What do you think about that? Do you think the fact 100%. That you have restricted yourself by speaking German is actually an ingredient to your success?
Yes, 100%, especially for the retention and for this deep relationship, because we are all very, very similar. I mean, 10 years ago, I was on the international market, and then you had different time zones, different cultures. They can't come here. You can't make it on level 6 because they are 2,000 kilometers away. How is that even possible? So, yes, it have advantages, also disadvantages, other things, but this makes it a little bit more easier. So 600, not more than 600 kilometer is the radius. And you can make that with train or, I mean, it's only one day. So it makes possible, much more possible to meet each other than if you are around the world. Yes.
Tell me about your school conference.
Your what?
Your school festival, your October event.
Oh, that's the next thing. Yeah. Yeah. Try to join. Try to be there, Matthew. We take care of the travel. I mean,
of the weak German speakers.
Yeah. I mean, it's logical for me that the next step when you have a school community to bring people offline together. Right. And if you are international, they can organize their own events with your help as the creator, like TED Talks. You know, you can arrange it around the world. And for us, it was obviously that we have to do a big meeting. And we launched 2 days ago. The first, I guess, 50 or 60 people have booked their ticket. We rent a big building. We make it colorful. We make a little bit more like fun, not this serious. We do not have presentations the whole day because this is social media. One person, many people listen. We explore the area. Then we have discovery area. We have to maybe get the leaderboard with likes, with thumbs. We have some ideas, but we like to bring the culture, the thinking of this school community, offline, into the offline world. So you can join, doesn't matter if you are introverted or, if you're more, doesn't matter. We take care of everybody and we connect the people offline together. That's the mission. And it was obviously that we do this. It have to be done. Yeah.
Imagine the status symbol flex if the name badges have the leaderboard level on it and everyone's walking around and it's like, yeah, that's right, I'm a level 7.
Yeah. All the flames.
Oh, level 7? You get an exclusive cocktail, please. There's a special cocktail menu for you.
I see. You have the ideas. Yeah, we have some ideas. We think about some different things about the flame or,
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a funny day, and at the end, and that's why I recommend all the people who are thinking about to create a community. You don't only have to think in money. Let me share one more thing about creating a free community, why it's worth it. People always say, yeah, but it's $99 each month. Let me ask you a question. How much did you spend last year what is only for happiness, who don't bring you money, like a vacation, like a weekend in a theme park, like a new camera, whatever. I'm sure everybody of us spent more than $1,000 each year just for fun. It's not necessary, just for fun. And the fun don't give you money back, just joy, just feeling good. So imagine you have your own community for 1 year. And you do not even make a dollar. But if you meet other person, you have a great time. $1,000 for 1 year. That's so worth it. And I recommend, do not only think in money. I have to turn the money, I have to bring money back. No hobby. Is English the right word for your hobby? What you do in your free time?
Absolutely. Yep.
Hobbies cost money. They don't give you money. So when you create a free community, maybe it gives you so much more than money. That's all I like to say. Yeah.
Kelvin, I know for a fact that this is just part one. We're doing a part two.
I'm excited.
For sure.
I have such a big list, but I think it's a good start.
For sure. And, you know, like I said, we almost met up in Germany and then my flight from LA got cancelled. So we just missed out. Yeah. I know that you have some family things which are keeping you close to home right now, which I have the utmost respect for. But I know for a fact, man, we're going to have a lot of fun. I don't care if it's Vegas. I don't care if it's LA. I don't care if it's Germany. Maybe even Ireland. I have a studio in Ireland. You can come hang out there. So definitely we will get you on again. I'm already looking forward to part two. And look, on behalf of everyone who's listened to this and writing notes and talking to their operators and like getting ready to implement a bunch of stuff, thank you for some of the nuggets you shared today because they are insane. And I know it's literally just the tip of the iceberg. So appreciate you, man.
Yeah. And I have to be, I'm so thankful. I mean, many people wrote that before school changed their life. I went all in 12 months ago. I talked with my team. I have seven people in my team. I have to pay them. And I told them, this is a new thing. I don't like to do this anymore. We need 90K each month to pay everything. And I have money left for 4 to 5 months. So this is a new thing. Let's grind together. And after 5 months, we have to be there. I wasn't there with my money. So I have to go into my savings to pay the salaries and the bills and everything. And 3 months ago, it was May or something around May, I hit the 90K. I'm back in the game and it was worth it. I did it all with a smile. It feels right. School changed my life. It feels so much more impactful now. And luckily the money is there now. My kid, I have twins, just turned 18. Not one car, you need 2 cars. So I'm happy to reach that level now. The financial success is now there as well. It was never my first goal, but I have to say thank you because this was an opportunity and we are all just at the beginning. It's just the beginning. That's crazy. Imagine next year, the next 5 years.
I love it, man. Well, you've clearly put the work in and I'm so delighted for you. And I agree with you. I think even just for you and for your story, I think this is just the beginning. So excited to see where you go from here.
Thank you so much.